Okay. All right, I call the regular meeting of the Milliken Board of Trustees for March 22nd, 2023 to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Will the town clerk please call roll?
Trustee Beckman?
Here.
Trustee Lane?
Here.
Trustee Meisner?
Here.
Trustee Wakeman?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich?
Here.
Mayor Austin?
Here.
And I'd like to note that Trustee Dean is absent.
Thank you. Does anyone have any additions or deletions to the agenda?
Mayor, I'd like to add on the discussion agenda 2 items. The discussion of water with Cheryl and discussion of auto thefts with the chief.
In addition, we are removing the discussion on the proposed Johnstown acquisition around the Hillsborough Reservoir. Any other changes to the agenda? I'll take a motion.
Move to approve agenda as printed with changes.
Second it.
Town clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Lane?
Yes.
Trustee Meisner?
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman?
Yes.
Trustee Beckman?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich?
Yes.
Mayor Austin?
Yes.
Motion carries.
We have an appointment and swearing in for the Milliken Housing Authority. I see.
Roseanne and Kelly.
Okay.
I told you the other day.
Okay. So we have 2 people sworn in for the Milliken Housing Authority.
You forgot our conversation. Together? Yeah. Then if you ladies could raise your right hand. I state your name. Kelly Matthews. Do solemnly affirm. That I will support and enforce. The Constitution and laws of the United States of America.
The Constitution and laws of the United States of America
And the state of Colorado.
and the state of Colorado
And the ordinances of Milliken.
and the ordinances of Milliken,
And shall faithfully perform.
and shall faithfully perform
To the best of my abilities.
to the best of my abilities
The duties of Housing Authority.
the duties of Housing Authority
Of the town of Milliken.
of the town of Milliken.
Congratulations.
All right, and then we are going to swear in 4 people for the Community Justice Council. Would we have Casey Ross, Maria Swopes, Scott Nix, and Amanda Nix?
You guys got to just practice. You guys can raise your right hand, please. I state your name.
I, Doris Nichols,
Do solemnly affirm.
do solemnly affirm
That I will support and enforce.
that I will support and enforce
The Constitution and laws of the United States of America.
the Constitution and laws of the United States of America
And the state of Colorado.
and the state of Colorado
And the ordinances of the town of Milliken.
and the ordinances of the town of Milliken,
And shall faithfully perform.
shall faithfully perform
To the best of my abilities.
to the best of my abilities
The duties of the Community Justice Council
the duties of the Community Justice Council
of the town of Milliken.
of the town of Milliken.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Is there, yeah. I have a pen for 2 and 4, yeah. Do we need to do the 2 and 4 year? Not going to, we'll look that out later.
If you want, we will table it.
Hopefully no accident out there.
Yeah. Well, police haven't been called apparently. Or at least Benny hasn't, so.
All right. Do we have any citizens' comments this evening? Anybody want to address the board? Hearing none, we'll move on to the meeting minutes. Is there any discussion or comments on the minutes of the meeting on March 8th, 2023? Hearing none, I'll take a motion.
Motion to approve the meeting minutes from March 8th.
Second?
Town clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Meisner,
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman,
Yes.
Trustee Beckman,
Yes.
Trustee Lane,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich,
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Acknowledgement of the paid list of bills. Does anybody have any question on the list of bills? Hearing no questions, we'll move on to the Town Administrator's report. Town Administrator Cheryl Powell.
Thank you, Mayor. So our Parks and Streets crews have been crack sealing and filling potholes around town. I believe they moved over to the Mill Iron subdivision today to perform some more crack sealing there. They've also been performing irrigation pipe maintenance, town getting ready for the irrigation season, and cleaning up graffiti, which seems to be something we're getting very good at doing, unfortunately. Our streets director, John Rabus, and Brian Campbell, our contract engineer, will be interviewing a few of the construction companies that submitted a bid for the Cherry Street project. I believe there were 13 bids, 12 bids submitted. We had 24 show up at the pre-bid meeting, and 12 bids were given, so very good. I've heard in other communities they're having a hard time getting bids on projects, so this is really good. John Ravis is also working on a joint RFP with Mead for concrete work and asphalt patching. We're trying to use our resources around us in order to be able to do things at a lesser cost, if possible. So we're working on doing that. Our streets crew and parks crew will be helping Peyton, the young lady that was presented at our last last meeting, install dog e-waste system or stations in the Mad Russian on March 29th. So good for her. So today, staff met with the Milliken Housing Authority, the Frank Brothers, and IndieBuild regarding an affordable housing project. They are looking at a property that's adjacent to where Dove Valley is. A lot of the discussion regarding that project is, of course, water. And we're trying to figure out a way to incorporate a non-potable system for them to use at not only at Dove Valley, but also at a possible new development next to it. So Forest Leaf was part of that conversation with them as well. Sam Betters was there today. So I'll keep you updated as to what we find out. If they have a non-potable system, of course, it's less CBT water they need to bring, which makes building the home a little more affordable. So I will keep you updated. Thank you.
Questions? Any questions of our town administrator? Good report. Thank you. All right, on the consent agenda, we have two resolutions, 2304 and 2305, related to the TAP grant, and we need to authorize the town administrator to enter into the mowing services agreement. I'll take a motion on the consent agenda.
I move to approve consent agenda.
Second.
Town clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Meisner,
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman,
Yes.
Trustee Beckman,
Yes.
Trustee Lane,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich,
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. We have a continuation for the cash in lieu for the RE5J School District. It'll be continued to the first meeting in April. Take a motion for the continuation.
I move that we approve the continuation for cash in lieu for RE5J.
A second.
Town Clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Wakeman,
Yes.
Trustee Beckman,
Yes.
Trustee Lane,
Yes.
Trustee Meisner,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich,
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next item is consideration and adoption of Resolution 2306, the after prom support. Cheryl Powell, Town Administrator.
Yes, ma'am. We were approached by a parent of a junior that who attends the Roosevelt High School, and they're looking to see if there's any possible donation the town can make towards their after prom party. The after prom party keeps kids at the school longer, therefore they're not out running around, or not as many out running around town driving, perhaps getting into trouble of some sort. So they try to provide activities and reasons for the kids to stay at the school to enjoy their prom. So
We have about, with dates, about 300 to 400 kids at this prom, approximately, I believe.
I believe that's what they said.
Okay. So I would think a reasonable donation would be $1,000, considering how many children there are spreading across. What does the rest of the board think? Starting with Trustee Beckman?
Did they give an amount that they're looking for, or?
Anything would be helpful.
Okay. Yeah, I think 1,000 would be great.
I would agree.
Trustee Meisner?
Yes, I would agree. I think $1,000 would be very helpful for the after prom committee.
Trustee Lane?
Yes, I agree. That'd be great.
Trustee Wakeman?
I think this is a very worthwhile project, and I would support the $1,000.
Okay, all right.
Well, thank you.
So we can, even though we didn't budget for this, we have a little flex in our budget that we can find.
We'll find it.
Okay. Any other questions from the board? Okay, I'll take a motion on the matter.
I move to approve Resolution 23-06 in support of the Roosevelt High School's after prom party.
I'll second it.
I'm sorry, we should state the amount in the motion too,
Okay.
since it's blank in the resolution itself.
Okay, for $1,000.
Again, I second.
Town Clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Beckman,
Yes.
Trustee Lane,
Yes.
Trustee Meisner,
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich,
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes, and thank you
Motion
to,
carries.
thank you very much. Okay, next item is the grant award letter and the IGA for Milliken Police Department Digital Forensics Opioid Investigations Grant 2023FD-23-32. Chief Garcia, Milliken Police Department.
Can you repeat that?
No, not.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the board. So you have before you the consideration and approval for the grant award. And I'm just going to read the purpose of that, if you don't mind. This project will be used for investigating, enforcing, and prosecuting synthetic opioid importation and high-level distribution networks, including multi-jurisdictional and multi-state investigations and enforcement operations to reduce the supply of illegal synthetic opiates and precursor chemicals in Colorado. This grant will allow funding for the purchase and technology equipment and training to enhance intelligence, information sharing capabilities, and interagency collaboration among federal, state, and local law enforcement partners regarding synthetic opiates. Sorry, I lost mine. Opioid epidemic, also to address and reduce opioid abuse and number of overdose fatalities, as well as to mitigate the impacts on crime victims by supporting comprehensive collaborative initiatives, and the funding of this project will allow the agency to purchase GrayKey, which is a software system that will enhance our technology capabilities that we currently have. There will be no budget implications as the grant covers all costs, full reimbursement to the town.
Okay. Questions from the board, starting with Trustee Wakeman.
I have no questions.
Trustee Lane?
I can't think of any questions. There's a lot that's covered in this grant, it looks like.
Yeah.
It's great.
Trustee Meisner?
No, I have no questions. Thank you.
Trustee Beckman?
No questions, thanks.
Mayor Pro Tem
I have
Early?
no questions.
Okay. All right, it looks like we don't have any questions, so I will take a motion on the matter.
I move to approve an intergovernmental grant agreement with the Department of Public Safety, Division of Criminal Justice for grant number 2023-FD-23-32 and the expenditures associated with the grant.
I second it.
Town Clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Lane,
Yes.
Trustee Meisner,
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman,
Yes.
Trustee Beckman,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich,
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I want to hang out for just a moment, Chief. We'll just put you on next.
Okay.
I had asked about auto theft in our community, any opportunity for maybe a Citizens Awareness Day or something like that, any grant money to promote something like that. And so you did some research. And if
So
you
I'm going
could-
to kind of take you to it really quick. So thank you, Mayor. I kind of want to give you an overview of what is currently happening around the state of Colorado regarding motor vehicle thefts. As you can see the map up here, let me expand it. So if you look at all the hotspots, which are the red, those are the areas that are getting hit the most. You look at the metro area, Fort Collins, Greeley, a lot of those areas are where the hotspots are. If you zoom in, we'll go ahead and zoom into Milliken. Sorry, it'll take a little bit.
There we are.
There we are.
Okay, there we are.
Let me see that. So you see a lot of the green spots there. Those are the areas where vehicles have been taken. For the most part, let me zoom out so you can see all of Milliken there. I mean, it looks like a lot of the motor vehicle thefts are happening around Old Town, and what we're seeing is there's a lot of vehicles that are left running. There were a couple vehicles this year. Vehicle was left running at 7-Eleven. Guy leaves his keys in the truck, leaves it running, goes in, gets some coffee, comes back out, and it's gone. So we found that one down the street. Another vehicle that was taken that was found down the street as well. So a lot of these vehicles in 2022 were recovered here in Milliken. So it looks like maybe just a joyride from one place to the other. In 2022, a lot of our vehicles that were taken, the majority of those vehicles were recovered, but we recovered them up in Greeley, recovered them in Thornton, in some of the metro areas. And a lot of the reports, as you can see, one of the hotspots was Greeley. So if you look at Greeley, we're very close.
Oh my.
Yeah, we're very close to Greeley there. And so what we're seeing is we're getting a lot of vehicles being recovered here in Milliken from Greeley. I don't know, we've always been that dumping ground for stolen vehicles. A lot of our vehicles have been recovered in Greeley too, the majority of them. So there may be some connection there between suspects, just going back and forth from Greeley to Milliken. So that's kind of what we're seeing now. What's on the rise also with the stolen vehicles is insurance fraud. So that's we may see a crime or a rise in insurance fraud complaints. So that's kind of what we're seeing there. And
What does that entail? What is
insurance fraud?
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
So what they do is they report their vehicle stolen,
Oh, okay.
which really it's not stolen. So they're making insurance claims
Oh, gotcha.
on the stolen vehicle. So they're getting full amounts of the cost of the vehicle. Now, another thing that we're also seeing a trend is a lot of pickups are being stolen. A lot of these thieves are breaking into the pickup trucks, and we're seeing a lot of Fords and Dodge Ram pickups that are being taken. So they're actually getting inside the vehicles, hot wiring them and taking them. So that's kind of what we're seeing. But if you, let me show you something really quick here. So if you look at that little map there, Weld County has a spike of plus 25%. 3,838 vehicles were taken in 2022. So we're seeing it around the state, and as you can see, some of the percentages there are pretty high. And if you look at
30,000. That's a lot.
That's like Denver.
Yeah.
That's the whole, is that the whole state or just?
No, that's just the metro area. in that
Denver.
area there.
Denver.
Sorry, I'll move on to the next one, so I'll give you a sec. So this is the 5-year trend that we're seeing around the state of Colorado. So if you look at 2018 from 2019, during the beginning of COVID, it's gone up massively in 2022. And so the total of vehicles taken in the state of Colorado are 46,387. So definitely in the state of Colorado, we're very high in motor vehicle thefts, and unfortunately, Milliken is seeing some of that crime here as well.
Do you think Colorado's high because of the cold weather?
I'm not sure, but a lot of thieves, they do. That's when they work these stolen vehicles is when it's cold, when people are leaving their cars warming up outside. So yeah, we are seeing that more in the cold, the winter months.
What's up with the license plate thefts?
Well, that's the same thing. One of the things that these thieves are doing is they're stealing vehicles, and if they do steal a vehicle, they'll go to another vehicle that's similar, steal that plate, and put it on that stolen vehicle. So, when we do run it, all the information, the description of the vehicle, it's similar.
Okay.
So yeah, that's kind of what we're seeing, the trend that we're seeing.
Because that's happening here in town. Our neighbors got their plate stolen. My wife's plate was stolen, but she's not sure if it wasn't stolen at our house because she parks in the garage.
Yeah.
So either at her work in Greeley or at her church in Windsor. But it was a front plate, so she didn't notice it. And she calculates by video the surveillance at her work that it happened in late November. Mm-hmm. She didn't even know it.
Yeah.
But she reported it just in the last week.
Yeah, and I tell you what, the thieves are getting more brazen, and I think one of the reasons why is that, I believe one of the reasons why is that legislation is changing. Mm-hmm. The laws in our state are geared more for criminals. Felonies have become misdemeanors. Misdemeanors have become petty offenses. The motor vehicle theft, that was up there as well as a felony. That has been brought down to a misdemeanor.
Why? Why?
Just a change in legislation.
So we elect. So if people were to use more devices like the club
Yeah.
on the steering wheel, even if they were leaving their car warming up, somebody couldn't take it, right?
Right. Yeah, it's a deterrent. It's a security measure, and some of those security measures, they're required by law. They're required by state to make sure you have something in there, some sort of security measure. Keyless fobs. There's a lot of security measures that you can put in place to prevent your car from being taken.
Questions from the board? Good presentation, thank you.
Thanks. If I can just add something, Mayor.
Oh, yeah.
So we did, this website here is part of the strategy for us to get the message out to our citizens. A lot of what we're seeing is, there's a lot of folks that get onto the social media platforms, and I think that's probably the best way to reach our folks, our citizens here in town, is to spread the message. Especially, sites like this is the Colorado crime stats, and the stats that we have here are entered to the state of Colorado, which then the state puts on these websites here. So I think that's one of the ways that we are going to be reaching out to our community, reach out to State Farm to see if there's any sponsorships, to see if we can get sponsorships for some clubs, different devices. Grants, there are a lot of grants available, but a lot of the grants are geared more for the bigger agencies, because as you can see, they got hundreds and hundreds of vehicles that are being taken monthly and yearly. So a lot of that is geared more towards the bigger agencies providing task force and extra patrols and different things like that. Obviously, we don't have the manpower to conduct task forces, different things like that, but we can definitely target some of these areas that you saw in green to make sure we can kind of combat this issue. So.
Would you agree that, vehicle thefts and also just people breaking into cars and stealing their things is a crime of opportunity? So if people lock their vehicles, that maybe that would be a good deterrent? Yeah. I feel like a lot of these people just leave their cars unlocked, and that's, they just go around checking if it's unlocked.
Yeah, that's another thing we're seeing also is it is a crime of opportunity. It's called door checking. So a lot of these people, they go out, and if your car's open, they go in there, take whatever they need, and then they move on to the next one. So yeah, definitely it's important to lock your doors.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Informational.
Thanks, Chief.
You're welcome.
Okay.
I saw where Milliken is second safest city. I don't know if that in the state. I don't recall the detail on it, but anyway.
Yes. Safewise, it's a company. They usually put out something every year and it lets citizens know where the safest city is based on violent crime and property crime. So Milliken was the second safest based off of violent crime and property crime.
Who was the first?
Severance. Yeah, Severance was first.
I'm sure you had something to do with that, Chief, so thank you.
Well, our citizens and our local government, working with our citizens and, the officers out there on patrol, and it's just a team effort by everybody.
This isn't to demean that at all, but Severance isn't a 24-hour police department, are they?
No.
Yeah, so, and isn't this based on the number of reports?
Yes. Yep.
Just a little note there.
Don't rain on our...
I'm not raining on it, I'm just saying. Facts are factual.
Yeah.
You bet.
Well, you see a lot of the reporting, they have to report everything. And a lot of agencies, they don't report.
Right.
So it kind of moves them up to...
Right.
Up the ladder there. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
And Town Administrator Powell has an update on water.
Yes, ma'am, thank you. Sorry for the late notice on it. I received a call a few weeks back from a lady representing her family that are looking to do some projects, I guess, on this property. And in order to do some of these, they're wanting to sell some of their shares of their CBT water. So we talked, and I just told her that we had just finished making a water purchase for this year. And so she contacted me again on Friday, and she's, said her family is interested in selling 2 to 3 shares of CBT. The price that they're looking for those shares is $73,000 per share. And I just wanted to get a feel from the board. If you're interested, I will bring this back at the next meeting, so that way I can speak to her and give her an idea if she needs to continue looking.
What was the number?
The $73,000 per share.
$73,000.
We just paid $70,000 for the last?
Correct.
And how many shares?
2 to 3. I told her we had just made a larger purchase this year, and our budget can't afford to purchase more than that at this point in time. So
I'd say we pass on this one. Through the budget.
Did you say anything about the possibility of next year?
Oh, I mean, I could, but I mean, I think they're looking to do things right now. And I know that we have some budget left.
Yeah, do we want to look at it?
But I wanted to bring it to you and get your thoughts.
2 shares at 70 would be $140,000. We would still be within that $2 million that we budgeted, right? Yes. Our last purchase was 1.7.
Correct.
So we could do 2, I guess. If it's in the budget.
What do you think? Hold on to it. Do we need it to cover? We're not leasing any more.
I'm sorry?
We're not leasing any more water.
Because we had carryover from last year. I believe we had 239 units of CBT that we could purchase, according to Northern Water. We just purchased 25 units.
For lease?
I'm sorry?
For lease or purchase?
Purchase. I wanted to bring it to you because I know we're trying to build our portfolio a little bit, so.
Do we need to make a decision right now, or are we making a decision to discuss this further?
I just wanted to have a discussion.
Yeah.
I can bring it as an action item at the next meeting if you'd like.
But you need to speak with her, so you need some direction from us, not a decision, just direction.
Sure.
Okay.
I think if we think it's going to go up more, in the next couple of years, then we should think about it. We seem to think that when it was 70, it was a good deal, right? So 73 isn't significantly more in the grand scheme. I don't know.
And they live here in Milligan?
No.
No. Okay. So why did they approach us?
They probably contacted somebody at Northern, and Northern gives them names of municipalities or people that are looking for acquiring CBT water.
I see. Okay.
What's your thoughts, Wade?
We have a little bit of room left in the budget, after the costs on the previous water purchase. I don't foresee the cost of water going much lower than it is today. Probably just from a financial perspective, I'd probably recommend purchasing as much as we can afford, which would be 3 shares. That'd be my recommendation. I think it's just going to continue going up. It's what it's done here in Colorado in my career.
With what's left, we could afford 4?
Just 3, yeah.
Just 3?
We can, I mean,
Well, they're only looking to sell 2 or 3.
yeah, they only
right now.
want to sell 2
And they may want to sell more next year.
I think we should look at it. I think you should negotiate with her what you can and present it to the board at the next meeting, and we can vote.
And then you
Okay.
can, yeah, vote on it.
Go for the
Yeah,
3.
I think 3,
Yeah.
Go for
Okay.
the 3.
Thank you very much.
especially if we've got the money.
Yeah,
Well, and that's why I wanted to bring it to you, get your thoughts on it, so.
all right.
What's the number we got? 300?
We have roughly 250,000 left, about
Yeah.
240,000, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's just a few little incidental costs on the other purchase that raise it just a smidge over the 70,000 per share. But yeah, we're right about 240.
All right, why don't you see what you can do for us?
All right, I will do my best, and I'll report back either with a agenda memo or a report.
Maybe if we do 3, you can get it for 70 instead of 73.
I will see what I can do.
Yep.
All right,
Okay,
thank you.
and we have a board members update from Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich, since you're back and now our TRPR liaison. What do you have to tell us?
It's too cold in Colorado. I'm now employee of TRPR since they took over operations of the golf course. And we started working on that deal back in June last year, so it took about 6 months to get it all put together. We signed the paperwork in December, so there's good things happening. The restaurant upstairs is going to be, they're in the process of remodeling right now, some flooring, lights, bar tops. That will be an event center for weddings, parties coming up. Our holdup right now is the liquor license issue. And that's not my area to discuss, but it'll be a while till we get a liquor license to be able to offer mixed drinks and that stuff in that facility. Golf will be back open on the weekends. We're start opening up April 3rd, weather permitting, and it won't be shutting down in the winter anymore either, unless weather, obviously when we covered with snow, we'll shut down. But some good things happening there, more to come. That's all I can say right now. But stay tuned. Next meeting, I might have more to bring back.
Nice. Thank you very much. Any other board member reports? Well, thank you. Welcome back.
Thanks.
All right, if there's no other business before the board, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? There you go. All right, thank you.